We're going to look at 3 questions today. We're going to ask and we're going to answer these 3 questions. The first is, what does creating a culture of health look like? If I invest in my company in creating a culture of health, will it pay off for the company and the employees? And then what does it take to get started? And why don't more people just do it? I mean, why don't more companies do it? Or why don't more individuals just do it? So those are the 3 questions we're going to look at and answer. The first one is, let's take a look at 2 companies that created very different kinds of cultures. One company has created a negative culture and a negative atmosphere. The other one has done a fabulous job. The first example is the bad example, and that's the United States Post Office. Now, if any of your relatives work for the post office, I'll apologize ahead of time. If you used to work for the post office, again, I'm sorry. This is just my outside opinion looking in, okay? I don't know if you're anything like me, but I hate to go to the post office. I mean, I'm the guy in the office that says, anyone going to the post office today? Because I don't want to go. Why don't I want to go? Very simple. There's always what? A line. There's never a time I can walk into the post office that there's not a line. I say to the attendants, can you tell me a time when there may not be a line? You know what they say? You know, if you come like on Tuesdays between 10:30 and 10:45, I think it's clear. 15-minute window. The problem is that not only am I in line, but I'm holding boxes. I got this nice lady, Sarah, in front of me with her little son, Jimmy. Jimmy's poking me. And I'm waiting. Now, we're all busy, and I don't have time to wait. To make matters worse, when I finally get up to the counter, I don't know what I'm doing. You'd think after all of these years, the post office would have simplified their services. I mean, they've been around for what, over 100 years? I get up there, I got the wrong package in the wrong box. I got the wrong mailing label. He tells me, did you want priority? Did you want priority express? Did you want first day? Do you want first class? How about delivery confirmation? Is that different than tracking? I don't know. I still don't know. I've been going to the post office my whole life. Inevitably, I'm at the counter with the wrong deal. How can I create a culture of health? I'm not SAS. Some of you are saying, well, you know, we've got a small office. We got 3 offices. You know, we don't even have a building. We don't have that type of land. We couldn't do what SAS did. Yes, you can. You can create a culture of health that works within your budget and your parameters. And we're going to talk about how you do that today. Doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are, you can do it. The 4 mores, remember? This is what we want our employees to have. Focus, enthusiasm, control, and influence. You think the people at SAS have this? You bet they do. Wouldn't it be nice to get a massage in the middle of the day? Say to your boss, hey, listen, I know I've got to get these spreadsheets done, but I got to get my back work done a little bit. It's what? You need this at 2? All right, I'm just going to go down for an hour. I'll come back up. I'll work on it. It can happen. Let's talk about companies first. Why don't more companies invest in a culture of health? Well, first, they think it's going to be too costly, okay? Secondly, they don't know where to begin or what to do because it's not their core business. That's a legitimate reason. So today, I'm going to give you 10 things any company can do to create a culture of health, okay? Here's the first one. Survey your employees to determine what they have interest in. Create a simple survey, send it around, and say, what do you have interest in? I go to companies all the time as a consultant, and you know what they say to me? Yeah, we built this great gym, we put this treadmill in here, we put these bikes, and nobody uses the darn thing. I said, well, did you ask anyone if they wanted to use it? Well, no. Well, what if you sent a survey around and somebody said, hey, we have really no interest in having a gym on premises? What if they said, you know what would really make my day is if I had a massage here? You know what would really make my day is if there was some type of subsidized daycare. You could help me out with my kids. You know what would really make my day? Well, what if we could just have casual Fridays or barbecue Fridays? Ask them. Find out what would make them happier. Do a survey. Begin by making small changes. Design and implement assessment procedures for effectiveness. Did we answer our 3 questions? Yes, there's no doubt that creating a culture of health works, and SAS is a terrific example. Creating a culture of health does pay off. We see it in statistics. We see it in anecdotal evidence. Companies can do at least 10 things to get started, and people can do at least 3 things for good health. So ask yourself, after everything you've heard today, are your people fit for business? And if the answer is no, how much money could you be saving? Could I be cutting down on tardiness, absenteeism, turnover rate? Could I be getting closer to optimum production from my employees? So what will you do next? I always say that when I get done off of a conference call, we've had some type of meeting, and I always say, Bill, tell me then what the next step is. What will you do next? I mean, what's stopping you?